Hi, I'm Jackie Rabbit. Today I'm going to talk about something that hormones don't really change inside of you. One of the things they don't do. They don't change who you are at your core. And I want to discuss what that really means, because it seems like people who know us struggle with this concept. So let's you and I talk about this. Remember, thumbs up this video and go subscribe. Click the bell so you know when I post a new video. Let's go talk about what our core really is. What does that mean? What am I talking about? Come on, let's figure it out. All right, who are we at our core? And why does hormones do nothing to that? Well, we changed the outside package quite a bit. We do develop some new interests, and we allow ourselves to explore the idea of femininity where we probably were very well masked before. I know in my case, I over-masculinized as much as possible, threw the biggest shield you could imagine forward, and really presented the macho, whatever it I needed to do to throw everyone off. So what's my core? Was it the mask? Was it who I am? Is this the person people see now who they think is different? Well, no. My core is the same. I'm still a nice person. I genuinely care about other people. I like animals. I miss my little dog, and I love cats. I still do the same thing for work. I'm still good at it. I'd like to do something different because now I'm allowing myself new possibilities, new horizons. I'm not scared of my femininity at all. I mean, come on, you come out, you lose that. I remember people actually saying, oh my goodness, he's so comfortable with his masculinity. Oh, well, no, but I reinforced it as much as I could, and I was who I was, so the perceived femininity was, well, he doesn't care, He's fine with that. Well, actually, she was that person, and that's what you saw coming through. It's probably true for a lot of us. So my core, what am I noticing? Well, I got to spend a lot of time at home, right? Everyone's stuck at home. So what am I doing? I'm watching YouTube, and what am I watching? So do I still like all the same boy stuff? Oh yeah, you bet, to a great degree, unless it was part of the mask. Part of the mask, well, I don't care about that stuff. That was part of a mask that I threw away. So am I all interested in anything ultra masculinizing that I used as part of my mask? Well, no, not even a little. Do I still like the stuff I genuinely liked? Yeah, absolutely. What am I watching on YouTube? Motorcycle videos, two-stroke race bike stuff, Yamaha RZ 500s going around a track, and I get to listen to them, and I get the first-person view, and I get to see the bike go around, and I'm actually leaning with the video, and oh gosh, I miss motorcycles. After 17 years ago, I wrecked my Ducati. Actually, somebody hit me. I never saw it. And it was bad. It separated my pelvis from my spine, and I was in the hospital for months. I was in a wheelchair for 3 years. I had to learn how to walk again in the hospital, and the surgeries and everything. Like once in the helicopter, I died 3 times, So it was rough on me. I'd love to be able to ride again, but this leg is kind of paralyzed. I got 2 muscles left in it, and I can stand and I can walk, but it's taken years and years for me to be able to even do that. And it's no easy task. Do I still love the boy stuff? The things that I truly did love, motorcycles being one of them, yeah, absolutely. I'm watching the crap out of those videos. I'm watching these motorcycle videos and Alan Milliard, where he chops up engines and he welds them together and he makes these massive multi-cylinder bikes and stuff. I love two-strokes. I don't know why. I had a few two-strokes. My first was a little tiny 50cc two-stroke, and I loved it. And so I kind of liked the race bikes, and the two-strokes were the race bikes for a long time. So I really loved those. I had a Kawasaki triple two-stroke, and I painted it black flame and a black frame blue tank with a with a stripe down the side, and it had Clubman low bars on it, like cafe racer bars that are kind of like flipped over and cut down so they're down way by the tank. And I was trying to do rear sets on it so I could get my feet back, and it was super cool. And it had a racing seat on it with a big bump in the back so you could really get tucked into it. Handled horribly. It was awful. I accidentally did a really bad wheelie on the freeway with it once. Had these gnarly racing pipes on it and bigger carbs. It had been somebody's track bike or a race bike from like late 70s or early 80s. I got it all in pieces at a motorcycle shop and put it all back together and painted it and everything. And it just came on like a light switch. Like it had nothing. It was bog, 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 and then rip, and it would just pull the front tire off the ground. You know, it's like, oh, sheesh. I got on the freeway. I think it must have been third gear, and that's what happened to me. I just opened up too much throttle as I was like, get on the freeway, rip, and I'm looking at sky, you know. I rode that thing across the freeway weird until I got the front end down and pulled off, and I don't remember what store it was, but I just stopped by the curb. I didn't even get to the parking lot. I just stopped by the curb, got off the bike, got it on the kickstand, and sat on the curb because I was so unnerved. And a guy in an FJ 1100 pulled up, an 86 or 87 FJ 1100 pulled up behind me, got off his bike, came over, sat down next to me. He's like, you all right? Uh-huh, yeah, I'm okay. He's like, I saw what you did back there, and never seen anyone ride a wheelie across all 4 lanes of a freeway back and forth, then get it down, then use the same 4 lanes to try to correct and not, you know, wipe everything out, not hit any cars, and manage to get the bike down and off the freeways. That was, I'll never forget that. And I said, yep. I didn't have a lot of words. He said, so you going to sell the bike? I'm like, yep. And I went home. That very weekend, I put it in my driveway with a for sale sign on it. And this guy came to get it for his girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, for the love of God, don't put your girlfriend on this bike. And yeah, I think I got like $900 for it or something back in like the early 90s. Scared the pants off me. And it was an experience. Do I still love it? Oh, yes. Did I finally learn how to actually ride a motorcycle? Oh, yeah, I did. I raced. I was through a season of 50cc GP, and I'd moved my way to be able to go to the 90-110 class up in Rancho Cordova. And I was going to get through that to get my certification to do 125 so I could move into the 125 GP. And I knew it was several years of process. I had an RV, I had the bikes, I even had the 125 GP bike. I had a Mito 125, and I was, you know, going to be prepped out and everything, and I was like excited, you know. And so that's what I was going to do. But the year I was going to race at Rancho, I got hit on my Ducati, and I was riding my little Mito around on the street, but it was geared for the track, and the auto lube system wasn't up to snuff, and I should have been putting oil in the fuel, and I didn't, and I froze it up on the freeway at like 70, and that was scary, but I put the bike away, and it was that, and that's what I did. So I find myself still liking the same stuff. I still watch videos about engines and turbos and a lot of the same stuff I've always loved. So my core is really the same. I still like the same funny stuff. I still like the same sci-fi and, I don't know, video games sometimes are kind of cool. I was just watching a bunch of video game stuff about Fallout. I think it's Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. One guy's got these really great narratives about all of the different things, the shelters you can go to that were built, the vaults, and he explains the whole story, and he goes through and he looks for the actual story of what happened there rather than just gameplay. I actually find it really neat. It's storytelling, and it's interesting, and I think it's really cool. It's about a post-apocalyptic future, kind of from the 50s, 60s version era, but, you know, neat. Have I played the game? No. I don't know where the power cords are to my Xbox, so I haven't played it, and I've been busy, so that's my excuse. But do I like all the same stuff? Yeah, I do. except for the things that were part of my mask. And it's really hard for others to understand that. And sadly, some of the people who are important to me are treating me as if I've died. And that hurts me. That really hurts. It hurts to talk about. I have not died. Here I am, and the idea that that's something people do, treating it like a death, is horrible. We didn't die. You didn't, I didn't. All we did was stop lying to people and tell them something truthful. And our outside changed. And in my case, it changed a lot. Someday I will show you, I know I've said it before, a before picture. I've changed so dramatically, it's hard to believe. And that's kind of the process of HRT and transition. So that's good, right? Anyway, I am still my core. I am still my nice person who's interested in sci-fi and video games and motorcycles and engines. But I'm interested in new things too that I never gave myself the permission to be interested in before. And that, I think, causes some of the confusion for people who knew me, thinking that because I was so ultra-masculine, how is this rather feminine girl appearing out of nowhere? So they need to transition with you. And those that do the best. The ones who have transitioned with me through the process have done remarkably well. And those who have been absolutely absent consider it somewhat of a death, or just don't have the interest in getting to know Jackie. And that's sad, I don't like losing people that way. But in time, I'm going to give them the chance too. You shouldn't cut people off. You shouldn't give them no opportunity for future. Remind them you love them. Remind them you're still here and that you miss them. Someday that door will open. Create the new relationship then. It's hard, I know. Remember, I care about your core. I care about who you are. I care about your transition and how you're doing. And I know that if you go day by day, you'll get through it. So I'll just remind you, while you're stuck at home like me, one day at a time, just get through it. Everything will work out at some point, but we need to just get to tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Remember, it matters to me how this goes for you. Remember to thumbs up the video. Go subscribe. I do see that you guys are listening. We were down at like 68.5%. The percentage is going down for people who are not subscribed and watching. So good job. I really appreciate it. Go subscribe and click that little bell so you get every little video I'm going to post. I'll post a new one soon too. I'll try to up the video count because we're all bored at home. So I'll give you something to watch. Talk to you a little. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye. After the motorcycle wreck and I woke up in the ICU and they told me, hey, we saved it. I said, oh, great. But I was really thinking, did you have to?